Hi, I'm King County Councilmember Larry Gossett. During 2018, we were very busy here at the county, and I'd like to share some highlights. There's good news for commuters. We will be expanding access to bus transit services for all people by adding a minimum of 200,000 additional hours of service, as well as improving routes next year. Affordable bus transit will also get a boost in funding. Orca Lyft provides low-cost transit fares for Metro's lowest income passengers. As a member of the Planning, Rural Services, and Environment Committee, we passed the King County Comprehensive Plan. This plan updates the county's guidelines and policies for unincorporated areas of our county. It also improves development regulations and protects many critical areas. I was the principal sponsor of legislation that will expand our Citizens Elections Oversight Committee to include a position on its board for a person from the African American community, which will have the responsibility of figuring out how we can lower the potential for voter suppression, continuing to look at the needs and issues also of empowerment and enfranchisement in the immigrant and refugee communities. I was the principal sponsor for legislation this past year that formed the 13-member Immigrant and Refugee Commission that began meeting just last month. I am also currently working with King County Councilmember Rod Dembowski and King County Executive Dow Constantine's staff on reestablishing our Civil and Human Rights Commission. It will be charged with looking at issues of strengthening and investigating violations of civil rights. We commissioned a report on the use of the logo of Martin Luther King Jr. County, which is a depiction of Dr. King's face. This report will help us design a plan that will ensure a more effective and broader use of the logo in our communications toolkit. I also sponsored original legislation for a program that assists residents in the expungement of their criminal records. They will only be eligible for this opportunity after 5 years without any criminal violation. We also presented proclamations declaring Juneteenth Day, recognizing Filipino American History Month, Black History Month, and Asian American History Month. We also, for the second year, recognize Indigenous Peoples Day here in King County. We recognized important people and groups that ordinarily had not been recognized in our county. First among those is Diane Narasaki, who is leaving after 25 years as the Executive Director of the Asian Counseling and Referral Services, also known as ACRS. We recognize also the longtime director, Hillary Stern of Casa Latina, by renaming the building where those services are provided in her honor. We also presented King County's Martin Luther King Jr. District 2 Award to Miss Betty Williams Watson for her outstanding organizing work that she's done around people involved in domestic violence. She is unique because she has worked and been successful with putting workshops together and advocating for both victims and offenders. I was instrumental also in the funding of $5 million of extra funding that was needed to successfully begin the construction of a low-income housing project run by the Filipino community and called the Filipino Community Village, located in South Seattle. We also found funding for projects for the Northwest African American Museum and for Jimi Hendrix Park, which is located right in front of the museum. And lastly, I presented on May 7th at the County Council meeting the first day of recognition of missing and murdered Indigenous women. a very important issue locally and nationally, given that Seattle has the highest number of missing and murdered Native American women of any city in the United States. I think this has been a busy year. We look forward to 2019 being even busier. I would like to close by wishing all of you and your families a very happy holiday season.